What's up, guys? It's your boy back at you with another video. For those of you who aren't sure what this YouTube channel is, basically, I'm a low-key, small time game developer. I still feel strange saying that, like game developer. Like I'm just a guy sat in this room who makes stuff on Unreal 5. And basically I've been doing YouTube videos, so that's what this is. Like and subscribe if you want to support. But basically today I just wanted to quickly talk about kind of well, attempting to get a job in the game industry, because that's what I'm essentially trying to do, and I thought it'd be good to talk about this because other people out there probably are doing the same thing, or well, evidently, because I've recently made a LinkedIn account, and it's essentially just like Facebook for game developers. Honestly, I had no clue that's what LinkedIn was. I thought it was like Indeed, where you simply just apply for jobs and stuff. But LinkedIn is pretty cool. So basically, yeah. So essentially, guys, the reason I'm actually looking for a job in the game industry right now is because the jobs I do are crap. You get me? And it's kind of been a thing of like when I was younger, I didn't grow up like wanting to be a game developer. I didn't do any sort of software stuff. This has kind of been something that I've figured out in maybe the last 4 or 5 years since like discovering Unreal properly and the fact that you can make anything. Because when I first discovered game design, I was kind of like, surely you can't just make anything, but you can just make whatever, which is mad. And then once I discovered that, I kind of was like, right, now I'm good. Yeah, I like this. But I don't know what the point I was making is, but I didn't grow up like wanting to be a Honestly, I went to college doing graphic design, and I remember those people in the class who did this graphic design course because they wanted to enter the game industry, which kind of makes sense. You could get into the game industry that way, but I just thought it was geeky at first. I was like, I didn't have any other assumptions other than it was geeky because I didn't know how they did it. I was just like, it's geeky, and I kind of knew from using other stuff it's probably boxes that you click and drag around, but I didn't realize you have to like implement the actual function of the things. I just kind of, I don't know what I thought. I thought it'd be like literally like Tony Hawk's, when you build your map. I thought that'd be game design, but yeah. So anyway, for me, guys, since discovering this, it's kind of been like, well, at first it was kind of like, imagine if I could get paid for doing this. Like, is this a thing? And then over time, I've been like, this is really hard to do, um, and I'm learning it. Is there jobs out there? And then when I discovered how many jobs there is in this, I was like, you know what? I'm out here, in fact, because basically, guys, other than my game design personality that you guys see, there's another side of me which is struggling in factories as an adult, you get me? And I hate living like this. And behind me in my room, guys, is all this mess that makes me like a hoarder. Essentially, I've got a small eBay business, and for the last 10 years I've been battling with working full time, getting to work at 6, 7 a.m. and doing this, trying to just accumulate enough money to fucking live. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I won't say exactly how old I am, but I'm not 20 anymore. You get me? I'll say that. And I'm sick of it, and I'm not ready to give up. Like, but so I kind of thought of it like, right, this is hard, working full time. Um, the working full time is my problem. Like doing things I don't want to do. So I can't do that for long periods of time. So every time I have a lapse or get fired or mess up or just crumble under pressure, like my escape plan essentially fails, which is this other company, because I haven't got a basic income. I end up living off this behind me, and I don't get anywhere, and I've been doing that for a long time. So essentially, the one thing I will say when I was younger is I was always creative, and I always wanted to be an artist. I was always an artist before this. Like that was literally my day one dream job, was to be an artist. Somehow I've gone around chasing money, doing all this, and come back to some form of art, thankfully. And now I'm here, and I'm actually slowly building a tiny bit of a portfolio. I don't like to call it that because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'd like to think I'm building some sort of history so I can get a job in the industry so I don't have to do this vicious circle thing for much longer. Because, like, when I set out, when you're young and you set out a plan like I'm going to live this type of life, there was no rules to it. Like, it didn't have to be hard labor and then you escape with money. You get me? Why do you have to? Why do I have to render myself to years of working in an actual factory? Like this is Elysium. You know what I mean? And then somehow struggle and get. Why is it? Why can't I do a job that actually I will like? Which is hard to find. But funnily enough, I've stumbled upon this thing, game development, and it's sick. And I feel like I can't yet like just let my fucking imagination spill out because there's still technical hurdles and stuff. But I feel like over time, I could really get into this. And if people, instead of judging me like on the fact that I can't turn up every morning at 7 a.m. and stand there and do some bullshit, if these people in these companies are judging me on my ability to get my mind onto a digital screen, maybe I'll stand the test of time doing that. Because they're not going to be like, you're fired because you refuse to sweep the floor and there's nothing to do. Because this is the type of scenarios I end up in. I won't sweep the floor. I ain't pretending to work. If there's no work, there's no work. You get me? And that's essentially the mindset that's got me stuck. And I feel like this might be a way out for me, other than it's not the only thing I'm doing, but it's a thing I'm doing, and I'm like, there's no rule to say this eBay has to be the thing that helps me pay the damn bills, because that's all it is. I just want to pay my bills, have some extra so my bills are paid, and then I don't have to worry. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's other people in this situation, but this seems like, and I know I'm not delusional. Yeah, game design is work, but it's not getting up at 7 a.m. and moving pallets, sweating from the balls. It's not that. Honestly, try going, and some people have done it, some people ain't, but for people who've been in game design your whole life, or majority of your adult life, count yourself lucky, honestly, because there's other men out here who actually have to physically sweat for 8 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, forever. That's it. You have to work and physically sweat 5 days a week forever until you're so old there ain't no life left. That's terrifying. At least in the game design industry, I'm using my thing that's in me to create, because as game developers and creative people, we have this thing we must create, and I get to use it and receive a living for it, and just be part of something that's not like moving shit around in a warehouse. Because I've essentially, guys, the reason I've piped up in this game design channel right now, because I'm still new to YouTube, the reason I'm doing this now is because basically I just stormed out my last job like 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. Long story short, everything's come crashing down in like the last 3 weeks. Like my business has come to a halt because I got no extra. I'm using this money to survive. Long story short, I got another job and I'm starting tomorrow probably, or the day after. And this is probably going to be, my video is going to slow down at this point, guys. So I just thought I'd do this video and be like, there is some things I'm actually doing to try and get into the game design industry. Well, like I was talking about building a portfolio. In my head, a portfolio, how I've been taught, is a sketchbook, to be honest. But sketchbooks don't seem to be a thing anymore, so I'm essentially documenting my steps of building this game that's on this YouTube channel, on Twitter. I've recently made a LinkedIn, and I've been posting well, I've only done 2 posts on LinkedIn, but my idea is to post on LinkedIn, post on Twitter. Twitter's going to be more of a me account, and LinkedIn's going to be more posts that can get me a job, so like solving problems and shit like that. And then I've got this YouTube channel, and maybe I'll figure something else out. But essentially, this whole thing I'm doing now is my portfolio, guys. And I'm just trying to show evidence that I can do the job, whatever job it is. And I haven't got necessarily a specialty, because my actual goal doing this, guys, other than getting into the industry, is making my own game myself. So if I had a job in the industry, this don't stop, first of all. Like, I'll have a job in the industry, and then when I finish making your stuff, now I make my stuff. I'll do that no matter what situation. That's just, I'm not the type of person who can just be a part of something. I have to do something or lead something. So there's that. So that's what I'm trying to do, guys. I'll bring a little print screen up of some posts I've made on my Twitter. And I've just been working on little pieces. Like the other day, last night, I think, I basically put together like these UI icons. And other than just putting them together and whopping them in the game, I've essentially put together like little sheets. Like when I went to college to do graphic design, we did these design sheets, and essentially like putting your ideas on a page. It's not quite that in depth. I haven't showed the development up to this stage because, to be honest, I don't really have much development time when I make decisions. I just kind of implement it straight away, the quickest way I know, and then I'll probably go through. So this whole process of building this game is essentially the idea, and then I'll go through and fix everything and make it the final version. So there's no necessarily idea sheet, but just these little things I'm making, these little documents, like the one that just popped up on screen. If I haven't done that already, I'll pop it up now. But essentially these UI icons, which I kind of use some Photoshop hacks to get these done, but they're done, essentially. And it becomes yours once you fucking, once you tweak the shit, it is now your work. I did like this little game scale thing, just to show the game scale, to show that, not that it's anything good, because I don't even know how to render properly on Blender. Like, my renders are awful, they're all fuzzy and stuff. But basically, I just want to show that I'm thinking about stuff, I'm doing it myself. And also, I've documented some issues on, like, some code issues and stuff like that. So I think, like, and I say code lightly, blueprinting. I need to learn C++. I know the basics, but I need to learn that, because if I can learn C++, then you're getting a job. If you know how to do C++, and can make a quarter of a game, you're getting a job. But without the C++, I feel like I've got to push harder, because who wants someone who can just be like the blueprint guy? Because even if you're like a UI designer or one of these people, they'll be like, oh, we need this coded in C++, and I'm like, well, I can't do that. So I need to learn some basic C++, because I don't think they're going to take you and train you. It's kind of probably, you with the team and you figure your shit out. So, I don't know, guys. I would like some feedback in this video if I'm going the right way around it. First of all, I shouldn't be swearing in this video if this is part of my portfolio, but some profanities slipped. I'm not sure if I'm going the right way about it, posting on Twitter, then doing some LinkedIn stuff, and then building a game, and then doing these YouTube videos, but that's the only way I kind of know how, really. Maybe there's another website which is in. People have mentioned ArtStation to me, but that just looks strange. I like the idea of posting, because it's the scroll down thing that your employer can do. They can look and scroll and be like, oh, here's work. Because I don't think they're going to necessarily look and be like, your animation's terrible, unless you're trying to be an animator. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're a generalist and like you're applying for a UI designer or something like that, or not UI designer, I don't know the specific terms, but there's some jobs it'd be like a functions like blueprint guy. So I don't know. My mind's gone blank right now. I'm just quoting some things I've seen on LinkedIn, because honestly, it's like they're making up job titles, to be honest. So yeah, guys, I hope I'm doing the right things, and that hopefully, through persistence, I'll get a job in the industry. I don't think I'm quite ready to apply just yet, but I am getting pretty good at blueprinting as well. But I don't know if that's enough, because I'm good at like figuring things out, but only if it's right, like the way I'm doing stuff. Everything could be wrong, but it works, and I'm comfortable in the engine. So essentially, I just wanted to do this video, and hopefully there's some other people out there who are on a similar journey. Just let me know down in the comments how you guys are going about it. But essentially for me, it's using social media as a portfolio, and because the days of sketchbooks are gone, I think. You get me? And on top of that, I can't afford the printer ink to print out 100 print screens. And I couldn't imagine sitting there and your employer going through a sketchbook in 2025, you get me? Um, so yeah, other than that guys, I'm pretty much going to call it a day for this video. Hopefully I've covered everything. This video wasn't planned, it's probably just ended up being a rant. I'm pretty sure it's ended up that. Maybe some feeling sorry for myself. But I don't know what else to do, like, other than, the one thing I'm good at in life is beginning things. Something I'm not very good at is making a good plan and executing it. I can make like an overall 3-year plan, but what am I going to do day to day? I don't know. I don't even know how I'm going to eat tomorrow. You get me? I know I've sold maybe some stuff on eBay and I'm hoping some of the money trickles through, but I don't plan that far. How I've survived as many years as I have, God only knows. And I've got a bunch of kids. It's crazy. So hopefully getting into the game industry will maybe I'll be able to like become a full-fledged adult who holds down a job and shit. But other than that, guys, I appreciate everyone who's rolled through. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of my videos. I'm developing a top-down zombie game. It's slow progress and it's going to slow down probably, but it's progress nonetheless. The game design's not a thing like I can be like, yeah, boom, here's something. But it's getting there. Right now, I'm actually working on UI design, like those little icons I was showing you and stuff. Basically, I'm putting together the UI using them. So I haven't actually started implementing it into the game, but only last night did I finish most of the icons, and it don't take that long to do. But I just move slow sometimes. So anyway, I appreciate everyone who's rolled through. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the rest of my development. Twitter, I have to bring it up on the screen. That thing where I beg for money and hope that you guys donate, that thing, Patreon, that'll pop that up on screen. So I have to do that because I can't post links down in the description yet because YouTube's talking about I might post some madness, so I need history on YouTube. So other than that, I'll see you guys next. I'm going because I'll just keep talking forever. But yeah, other than that, we out. This video is way longer than it's supposed to be. 10 minutes, I said. How long is this?